Alright, hello my people. It's been a minute. It's been nearly a month since I put my teaser trailer up for my next themed camp. Unfortunately, things have happened in my life that have put that on hold for now, and I'll go into that at the back end of this video. So if you just want to see the first bit and then ignore the rest of it, that's fine, that's up to you. But I will have a bit of an explanation as to why I haven't put another camp video up. What I'm going to do just in the meantime is I've had a few things delivered, and I'm going to do, I won't say it's an unboxing because there's no box apart from a little one down there. It's a bit of more of an unravelling or an unwrapping. I know what they are, but I'm actually quite excited to see them, and I've kept them specifically for this video because I knew I was putting this video up. Okay, so this is the first one. It's quite a large package, as you can see. It's soft, and it's come all the way from Scotland, I believe. So big thanks to Austin, who sold me this and sent it down for me. I have actually bought a couple of things off him, so it's not just this. The other item that I bought off him is just to my left. It's well wrapped. I suppose I shouldn't complain. Yeah, I've joined a few Facebook groups, and I'd actually put a request out for if anybody had I've got an LK35, as you know, which is part of my Swedish and was going to be part of this camp, as you've seen in the teaser trailer. I've been after for years, quite a few years now, an LK70. I think it's called an LK70. It might be a rig sack. Pass the parcel. So I'm on an LK35 users group on Facebook, and I just put the feelers out to see if anybody had seen or heard of a 70 being sold. And it seems that they're as rare as hen's teeth, but this guy Austin reached out to me and he says, I've got some stuff you might be interested in. And he sent me I asked him to send me some pictures, and you know, as you do, you can't just take people on face value. And basically I snapped his hand off for what he was actually selling me, or what he was wanting to sell me. Now this, let's get it all unwrapped. That was well wrapped, Austin, thank you very much. It's actually, I'll just put my knife away, the sharp. It's a Czechoslovakian sleep system. One of the old, I don't know if it's an officer's one or what, but it's a Czechoslovakian sleep system. So it's basically like a bivvy with a blanket and what have you. But he did say there was an extra blanket in it. I don't even know how it opens. Oh, here we go. It's a bivvy with a blanket in it, basically. And it's all, I honestly thought it was a button together, but looking at it, it looks like it's a zipped one. Unless the button bit's just the inside blankets. It is, the blankets do button in, it's two blankets in it as well. So you've actually got the outer bivvy, which is this part, which I'm assuming is either waterproof or water resistant. And then you've got the wool blankets that go inside it and button inside it. So it seems to be in really good condition. Obviously it's got a couple of professional patches on it, which you can expect from this sort of thing. I'm well happy with that, because they seem to be a bit like rock and horse shit as well. Oh, hen's teeth, sorry, I shouldn't have said that. So yeah, that's one thing that I got. That was actually the second thing that Austin sold me. This was the first. I don't know if you can tell roughly by the size of it and what it's going to be. I'll give you a bit of a hint when I said I was looking for an LK70. I think I'm going to need my knife for this again. It's not an LK70 unfortunately, but I do believe, I have to be careful here, I don't know which bit that goes over there. I'll just move that. There we go. I do believe this it was either used alongside the LK70 time-wise, or it's actually a predecessor of the LK70. Not sure. Quite happy if anybody wants to let me know, tell me. It's in brilliant condition. I knew it was in really good condition because this is what he sent photographs of. As far as I'm aware, from what I've gleaned online, this is actually a Swedish Rangers pack, and it is roughly 70 litres. It's got pockets on the sides. The only difference between this and the LK70 is it doesn't have the front pocket. As far as I'm aware, it's in absolutely beautiful condition. They're made by Haglofs. I'm sure it actually says on it somewhere it's Haglofs. Somewhere in the leather work. It's got the 3 crowns impressed or embossed on the back there to show that it is Swedish. Oh, there's the Haglofs. The Haglofs is on the kidney leather. It's actually, it says Haglofs in there. So I mean, you know you're getting quality gear. But if you notice, the frame is more of a, I don't know, it's like a figure 8 or a very triangle. Very similar to the LKs, but different. But as far as I'm, like I say, as far as I'm aware, this is a Ranger pack. It's still it's got the big lid, massive bucket with the snow skirt around it. Obviously you can you can overfill it, same as you can with the 35s. It's in really good condition now, like excellent, superb condition. The leather's absolutely beautiful. It's not cracked or anything. I mean, I thought I'd maybe have to put some leather wax on it, but no, not going to need any leather wax. The buckle's perfect condition. So again, Austin, if you ever see this video, thank you so very much for this. Really, really appreciate it. And the Czechoslovakian sleeping system. really, I'm absolutely made up with this rucksack. He's obviously put a couple of his own shoulder pads on, just to pad the leather out a bit, but I would have done the same myself. So, really happy with that. Really happy. That's a beautiful bag, that really is. Yeah, definitely. And the last one is actually an unboxing. I've got a bit of a I think I'm turning into a prepper or a collector, or I don't know. I'm something. I'm certainly turning into something. And I've started collecting things, like obviously you've seen some of my mess kits, Eastern European mess kits and what have you, or just general European mess kits. And I've got them right from World War II onwards. But I've actually started collecting stoves as well now, and cook sets. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I do intend to use them. These aren't just purely for to look at. But this was one, it appealed to me because it was so small. I don't know if you can see how small that is. That's actually a full cook set. It's a Meta cook set, a Meta 42. They're from the 50s and 60s. So you've got like a little, I thought it wasn't going to come to bits there. That's your actual stove. So it's just like, it is basically just a little platform, like that. It takes these, the blocks, original blocks as well, the Meta solid fuel. I don't know if I don't know if I'm supposed to have these anymore. With the hex, I don't know if they're hexy. They don't feel like hexy blocks. Got a strange chalky feel to them. It just says solid fuel. Anyhow, you put one of these in the base, in this base here, like that. Set it off burning. Maybe have enough for a cuppa. Maybe, if you're lucky. But that actually sits on the base with the little lid. And I think it looks actually quite dinky. Don't know if you can see it against the background of my black t-shirt. I think it's a cracking little set. Like I say, I don't know if I'll actually use this one. I might have to change, I might have to replace the the pop rivet in the handle. That shouldn't be a problem. But it depends. If I use it, I'll change it. If I don't, I'll keep it for just a showpiece, which is possible. They're a great little set. All goes into itself like that. That's brilliant. So that's the only unwrappings and unboxings I'm going to do on this video. I do have a couple of other bits and pieces that excuse me, I do have another couple of bits and pieces that need to be unwrapped. I'll do them in a further video. Right, if you've stuck with me this far, brilliant, thank you very much. If all you want to see is an unwrapping and unboxing or whatever, and you don't want to hear any more about me blethering on, you just knock your video off now, and because now it's just going to be a little bit of talking. So if you want to knock off, but before you knock off, I would appreciate a like and subscribe. Anyhow, the reason I haven't managed to get out is health reasons again, but this time just a little bit more serious than what I've had before. I don't know how much detail I should be going into. Basically, I came off a long-term medication that I was on because I'll start again. I was on a medication, a biological medication, that I had to inject in every week for an issue that I have with my health. It was working and it was absolutely brilliant. It was all under the umbrella of the RVI at Newcastle. I went, I think it was April, to see the consultant. It was just a general yearly checkup. How are you doing? How's it doing? Have you got any aches and pains? Have you got this? Have you got that? Are you getting any side effects? Blah 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 blah. General checkup it was. I mentioned that I'd had some problems with pain in my knee joints and other places, mainly joints. So they took a load of blood out to make this check, looking for this, looking for that, looking for the other. And about a week later I got a phone call from the consultant about 5:30 at night. He says, "Stephen," I says, "Yeah." He says, "We've got the results of your blood tests back." He says, "I'm at the conference at the moment, but you need to know this now. It's that important." He says, "We've got the results of your blood tests back, and basically," he says, "you may have started to develop lupus, which is an autoimmune disease." And he recommended that I come off my injections that day, stop them completely, bang, dead, no more injections, because lupus is one of the very, 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 very rare side effects of the medication I was on. Since then, my pain throughout my body has got a lot worse. To the point that I'm walking with a walking stick now. I've had the thought, there was a vague chance that I maybe just had pinched nerves in my back and my neck. So I've had an MRI scan. I was in the MRI tube for an hour and a half. They checked my brain, my neck and my spine, and I've come back and said there's no pinched nerves. I've had more blood tests done. I'm waiting for those results to come back. In the meantime, they found in the scan, I got a phone call from my doctor, "Can you come down?" Yeah. She went through my results from the MRI. Brain's alright. All the fluid in your brain and your spine, all draining correctly, everything's fine that way. But they did find I'm sure they called it a white cell mass in this part of my brain, or this part of my head, not my brain. If it was in my brain I would know about it. And they needed to know whether, my doctor was adamant that I went on intravenous antibiotics there and then to get rid of this infection that was apparently here. Went to the local hospital. They spoke to the ear, nose and throat people. Ear, nose and throat said, well, if he's got to this point and he's had no effects, which I hadn't, from this white cell mass, they're obviously thinking that I've actually got over the infection and it's clearing itself up, so they didn't want to put me on antibiotics for something that's virtually gone. The other thing that the doctor found, or that the MRI found, they found a lump just here. I knew it was there. It's just a small one. It's about, I think they said it was 15 millimetres, so a centimetre and a half. And basically what's happened is my parotid gland, which is in here, has developed an out bulge. I'm sure they called it, it's lobulated. I've got a lobulated parotid gland. Now this really concerned my doctor to the point that she fast-tracked me to see ear, nose and throat people up at our local big hospital, which is Carlisle, so it's like an hour away, and they've referred me for ultrasound because they weren't expecting this lump to be hard as it is. They were expecting it to be soft. They're just a little worried about it. So basically I've got this all over body pain and a lump. The joint pain is, I won't say it's managed, it's being sort of managed. I'm on gabapentin, naproxen, codeine, on quite a lot of painkillers. And I'm waiting to see a rheumatologist, as well as waiting for blood tests to come back. So yeah, that about sums my health up and why I haven't been out camping, because basically I don't think I'll be able to manage to get into the woods. I want to go, my bag's all packed. I'll drop a photograph here of the packed bag. Everything's in it and I'm ready to go. But I need to sort my own health out first. I need to try and get my pain levels down to a point where I can actually camp. Actually get into the woods and camp. So until then I will keep trying to put videos up. If I can manage to get out on like a day camp, even if it's in one of the fields locally or using a different cook set or something like that, I'll try and get some stuff out. I'll try not to leave it as long as I've left it, because I really don't want to let anybody down, let you down, and I feel like I sort of have over this past couple of months, and I really don't want to. I want to keep doing this. I'm not going to let any of this beat me. This is going to be just a little hiccup, a bump in the road, and I'm just going to carry on and do what I'm doing what I love. I want to get out there and do it, but at the moment I just can't. I physically can't. I'm hobbling around, I've got knee braces on, I'm popped up on everything like I've just said, painkillers wise. Half the time I'm floating at the moment. So I'm sorry that it's taken so long. I'm sorry that this has happened. Onwards and upwards, basically. I just hope that you all stick with me when I'm putting up random strange videos. Yeah, please do stick with me, because normal service will resume. I promise you that. Like I say, I'm not going to let this beat me. This is, once I've got some sort of confirmation as to what's wrong with me, whether it's full-blown lupus, whether it's rheumatoid arthritis, which they've also said it could be, even though I wasn't showing any markers for that. I am showing markers for lupus. Yeah, once I get a name, once I get an action plan for whatever it is that I've got, and I get on top of it, I will be getting out there. And because I've kept you all waiting for so long, I am actually going to get out there in the winter as well. I don't see why I can't. As long as it's not absolutely hossing it down with rain, I'm going to get out. A little bit of cold doesn't bother me. Rain in winter, yeah, not pleasant. But cold. I've got plenty of sleeping bags and thick sleeping bags, Corinthia sleeping bags. I've got at least 3 of them, and they're incredibly warm. But yeah. So thanks for sticking with me so far. Please stick with me further. I am going to get on and do stuff. And that's it really. Happy camping. We will get there eventually. If you've made it this far, thank you very much. Very much appreciated. If you're just watching and you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. That would be appreciated. It is slowly edging up. And like I say, I'll hopefully see you soon. Right? See you later. Bye.